Okay, Chris Matthews, Rachel Maddow, Keith Olberman, Bill O'Reilly, anybody that's on MSNBC, Fox, or CNN who's covering this birth certificate issue. For all the people who are saying, for all the reporters out there who are saying this is a fringe element, and this is not an issue that has any importance, I have a message for all you guys. Shut up, because honestly, whatever you guys say has no credibility with a good portion of the American people. And quite frankly, the American media and the national mainstream media, you guys have lost all credibility on pretty much most of all the important subjects in American politics. So for you guys to get on there and claim that this birth certificate issue is not an important issue and that it's only a fringe element who are making an issue out of it is just nonsense. Here's the reality. Barack Obama has not presented a valid long-form birth certificate. And you see people like Chris Matthews. Look, Chris Matthews, and look, Rachel Maddow. This isn't just a matter of people having a problem with Barack Obama's race. No one really has a problem with Barack Obama because of his race. Chris Matthews and Rachel Maddow and a lot of these liberals and a lot of even these fake conservatives, these neocons, they're saying that it's an element that is trying to downplay Barack Obama because they don't like his race, so they're trying to find an issue to quarrel with him over. And so they're saying this is a form of racism, the fact that we're raising this birth certificate issue. It has nothing to do with racism. Okay? There's too many conflicting reports about his citizenship. Now, what is released online is a certificate of live birth. It doesn't show which hospital he was born in. So here's a question. I don't know if you're competent enough to figure this out, Chris Matthews. Are you competent enough to tell me if you're competent enough to say that Barack Obama has a birth certificate and you want to get on your little show and hold up that certification of live birth and you call it a birth certificate? Yeah, I mean you watch Hardball and he brings this thing on his show. He prints it off the internet and he says, "This is what you need to bring to the State Department. This is what you need to bring to the State Department so you can get, passport and everything else, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera." No, Chris Matthews, that's not what you use for a passport. You don't use a certification of live birth. You use your regular, original birth certificate. Let me ask anyone out there who says that Barack Obama is a citizen, or they're 100% sure he's a citizen, because he could be a citizen. But here's a question for all of you. Which hospital was he born in? Was he born in the Capilloni Medical Center, like some sources say? Or was he born in the Queens Medical Center, like other sources say? What does Barack Obama have to say about this? Why hasn't he signed up for the issue? It's been over a year. How long now has it been since this issue came up? It's been over a year because this issue came up during the campaign. People were questioning his birthplace. There's dozens of lawsuits that came up about this. Let me ask you this, Chris Matthews and Rachel Maddow. Why has Barack Obama spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on lawyers to fight this in courts so they could get it dismissed when all he had to do was present a long-form birth certificate to a judge and the matter would have been over with? These people who are questioning this, like myself, we're not crazy, but we're getting pretty pissed off with the idiocy and just the pure stupidity of the mainstream media who's covering this now. I mean, they're having a frenzy with this, and they're casting off anyone who brings this up as stupid or crazy. No, it's these people in the media like Chris Matthews who clearly don't have any respect for the United States Constitution, which clearly says that you have to be a natural-born citizen. And putting something on the internet, a picture of a certification of live birth, is not proof. Now, a lot of people who claim this is a race issue that say, well, if it was a white candidate or a white president, you would never question it. That's nonsense. Because John McCain, when this issue came up with John McCain, what did he do? He presented his long-form birth certificate. Remember how everybody was making a big deal about him being born in Panama? They were saying, does this qualify him as a president? And there was I believe a Democratic congressman who raised this issue and demanded that McCain release his birth certificate. Well, he did, and you can even see it online, but the fact of the matter is, this has nothing to do with race, and the only people who bring that up are pretty much people who I guess you could say that their race. I don't know how to put this, but that they're the ones who are truly racists because they're creating a black-white thing about it when there really is no black-white issue. Look, and they're talking. The mainstream media wants to talk a lot about this Professor Gates issue and this officer. It really has no relevance to what really is going on in this country right now. But we have a president who's sitting in office. He's been elected, but he hasn't been vetted properly. And now the liberal media, which didn't vet him, now they're fearful. Now, you can tell on how they're acting, because if they were really secure in the knowledge that they're really surely true that Barack Obama was a president, then why would they say only the fringe talk about this when they're the ones reporting on it now? Months ago, they would not even report on this. Now it's all over the news. So here's a clue to all you people in the news and all you people who are watching the news, who support these people like Chris Matthews or whatever. Do these guys really understand the Constitution? The fact that if you want to be a president, you got to be a natural born citizen. And that typically means that you have both parents from the United States. They were born here. You were born on this soil. Look, it's possible he is a citizen. Maybe there's something in his birth certificate that he doesn't want us to know. Maybe, it could be anything. It could be maybe his father isn't who he says his father is. A lot of issues have came up about that. I'm not saying it's true, but look, at some point, something's going to come out. At some point, he's going to have to release the birth document. And all I'm saying is that the mainstream media needs to do itself a favor, because it's losing credibility day by day because of their idiocy. Here's my question to everybody out there who says his citizenship has been proven. Well, what hospital was Barack Obama born in? Okay? I want you to tell me which hospital he was born in. I want to see a bunch of comments on my YouTube page that say the exact same hospital. Okay? If you have a definitive source, then prove it. Don't start going to name calling and saying, "Oh, you're a bunch of racists and you're a bunch of crazies." No, you're the idiots because you can't even prove a simple thing. You can't even back up all your talk about how Barack Obama is so legitimate, but when you can't back it up though. I mean, so Chris Matthews and Rachel Maddow and Katie Couric and all you people who want to say, "Oh, the Obama birther movement is, they're outrageous, they need to just shut up and go back to the hole they came from." No, you need to shut up, because look, you know how you get your paycheck? It's because we give it to you. We watch you and we make sure you're doing your job. So I just have a few words of advice for you. If you don't have anything productive to say, then shut the hell up.